Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Another video in another series. In this one, we are going to be taking a look at org mode. Org mode specifically in Emacs, as you can use org mode with other editors. There is plugins for Vim, and there is a plugin for Sublime Text. But to be fair, org mode was made for Emacs, and I think this is what's going to this is what we're going to be using. In the Emacs series, I have briefly touched upon org mode and taught you the very basics, so we can organize our configuration using org mode. Now, I did not go over any of the fun stuff. In this series, this one's going to be shorter than the Emacs series. We actually will. So, let's get started. Let's not dwell too long on that. I have a new Emacs here. I have gotten rid of our configuration. Actually, yes, I have gotten rid of our configuration. Let's make this... crap, I always forget how to do this. And let's customize the theme. Let's just change it to, deeper blue. Deeper blue is good for org. And now we are going to just briefly go over the basics of org mode. What is org mode exactly? Org mode is a major mode for Emacs that was developed in 2003 by Carsten Dominic because he was sick of not being organized. Okay, he developed this a way for himself to stay organized. It's pretty funny because everybody picked it up, and it's one of the most popular extensions for Emacs to date. It's capable of more than just, to-do lists and shopping lists. It is also a full-fledged markup language, and markup functionalities of it is the first thing we are going to learn, because we kind of need those along the way as we progress. So, how do we create an org mode file? It doesn't really matter, you can create it anywhere. The only thing is, it has to have the .org extension. So you can do the lesson1.org. It's a new file. As you can see, Emacs has automatically put us in org mode. That's the major mode we have. We have some options here, a lot of options, a lot of them. We won't really care for now. You may not yet fully understand what org mode is, and that's fine. The one thing I would like to stress is, when you start typing here, everything just shows up the way it is, okay? Everything just works. Normal text, simply going to show up. However, you can do more than just normal text. That's, honestly, that's kind of the point of org mode. For instance, you can type bold text. That was surprising, this actually worked. If you put text in between asterisks, it's going to be bold. If you used Markdown before, and I used Markdown a lot, this is going to be confusing at first, because in Markdown, single asterisk is italic. This is bold text. This is going to be italic text. It's italic very, very slightly, but why is it so small again? That's better. Italic text. You can also have, oh boy, this is embarrassing, underlined text. Yes, I wasn't sure. I don't use underlining pretty much at all. You can also have verbatim text, which is, you put it in between equal signs. It's not very particularly visible with this theme. And the last one, is going to be in between plus signs, and that's strike through text. I'm not sure why you ever use strike through, but if you do, there you go. Now we know how to do the basic text manipulation. You can do the same thing in Markdown. What's the big deal? Well, the big deal is, first of all, it has live preview, right? So when I did Markdown, I would just copy everything and put it in like a website, like a markdown preview, and then look at how it looks. Now we don't really need to do that, because we have Emacs, and Emacs does it all for us. Here is the next thing. We can create headings for and organize your text. If you have watched the Emacs series, you know how to do this already. Just in case you did not watch my Emacs series, or at least the one video on org mode, let me refresh your memory. An asterisk and a space is going to create a level 1 heading. It's a bit larger than all the other text. It has a different color, and it is a level 1 heading. What is a level 1 heading? It's a bit, it's difficult to explain. Let me show you. Let's put some more text under this heading, and if we navigate to it and hit tab, it collapsed. We can hit tab to collapse and uncollapse it, which is great news, because this is precisely the way we can organize, for instance, configuration. There's a lot more you can do, but for now, this is it. This is just useful, right? It is actually very, very useful. So if you have a lot of text, you can just put you can just structure your text by putting level 1 headings after every paragraph, and then collapse and uncollapse them as you need them. This is pretty much the way my own personal Emacs config is structured. The difference being that other than just having level 1 headings, I also have level 2 headings, and you can create those with 2 asterisks. The color is slightly different, and that's about it. Now the thing is, you can collapse this, right? But since this is a level 2 heading, it is also part of this one right here. So if we collapse this, everything's just gone. As you can see, if I hit tab, I'm going to show, or it's only going to actually unfold this one, the level 1 heading, the text in there, and these ones will stay folded. But if I hit tab again, it just uncollapses everything. There's more levels of headings. You can just add more asterisks. This is a level 3, and sadly the last one, level 4. Oops, level 4. If you try and do more, what? How many of those are there? What the hell? Okay, it's still a bit early for me. My bad. The point is, you mostly won't be using more than 3 anyway. But it has the headings, and you can have a lot of text in here and just collapse it, uncollapse it. You can have multiple level 1 headings, that's pretty obvious. And you can have some more text in there. You can uncollapse and collapse all of them at once using Shift Tab. It always goes through either collapsed or collapse level 1 and then collapse or uncollapse everything, which is useful if you have a huge document and you want to see, let's say, all the level 2, level 3 headings without the actual content. So you can just, once everything's collapsed, you can do Shift Tab and you'll see all of it. I would like to show this to you on a different example, and what it looks like when you actually put some effort into it. Let me clone a repository. Very quick, it has an org mode file in there, because it actually uses all of this, kinda. Now, this is precisely what this looks like. Let me make this a bit bigger. And what you have in here is a lot of level 1 headings, right? And you can uncollapse one of them and uncollapse all these subheadings. Or if you really wanted to, Shift Tab. Now you have all of these subheadings. Like level 4 is as far as I go. I don't really need anything else, but it really helps organizing. If you have a lot of stuff you want to put in somewhere, it really helps. Let's get rid of this. Let me show you something else, something that's really cool. You can put links in your org mode files. Yes, really. That's really useful actually. If you go Control-C, Control-L, you have this insert a link prompt. So you can have like https github.com, hit enter. The description will be GitHub. And you now have this underlined little line. You can click on it. And I'm not sure if I have this properly set up, if Firefox is going to actually open. Yes, it will. Okay. It actually opened GitHub, which is great. Because you can put a lot of links in your documents. Let's get rid of this for now, we don't need that. What we do need though is another bit of knowledge. We need to configure some aspects of org mode. We are going to do this in the next video, because this one is, excuse me, wow, is already a bit long. All we know how to do is levels and how useful they are. You'll see just how useful they are once we talk about exporting your document. Obviously there's basic text formatting. I think this is all there is to know about the basic stuff. We also know how to insert links. That was, by the way, Control-C, Control-L, in case you forgot or you haven't noticed. Control-C, Control-L to insert a link. Get out of there with Control-G. You can also have tags at the top. Now, what are tags? Actually, yeah, let's talk about this one for each second. You can have like additional information. So, for instance, hang on, what can I put in here? You can have options for this when it's starting up. It's called a startup, and you can add something like overview. With overview, let me just demonstrate. Yes, I think that's going to be easier. Everything's collapsed now, and you only have level 1 headings visible. Everything's just collapsed. It's not gone, it's just collapsed, right? You can get rid of this if you don't like it. I actually like using this. You can also add a title. And yeah, like this. You can say, your own name, anything. You'll notice the font is different here, don't worry about it. That's cool. The other one is, for instance, creator. No, title. I am confused. The title is lesson 1, and the creator is Dave, for instance. Obviously, put your own name in there. There's a lot of other options that you can do, change, but those are going to be advanced. In the next video, we are actually going to be talking about local links. And we'll start actually using org mode for organizing stuff. Or we'll talk about tables. Tables are pretty awesome. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. Yeah, again, this really was just a tiny introduction. Not really much to say. I just need to make sure that you know the very basics before we do the big boy stuff. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.